I think the first thing you got to do is you got to create a compelling future. What I mean by that is anybody can deal with difficult today if they have a compelling tomorrow. Right now, there's so much fear in the world that people are afraid. I hear millennials talking about they don't want to have kids because they don't want to bring them this world that's such a terrible world. There's so much violence. There's less violence today in the world, even though we have this horrible war that's going on, two of them now. There's more than two, but the two that most people are familiar with obviously what's happening over there in Russia and Ukraine, and also what's happening in Israel and Gaza. But we have less of that than we've ever had, even in the middle of this. But the fear is bigger. The promotion of it, the watching about it, the arguing about it, all that is enhanced by the way that we live today and the fears that are today. So what I tell people is you need to create a compelling future. You need to understand whether you're on the path or not. I mean, think about the hero's journey just for a second. What is the hero's journey? You're living your life over and over, and it's boring. You can pick any great story of humanity, all the same stories. They're all the hero's story at some level. And then something disrupts it. Something creates a challenge. It's the call to become more. It's the call to go on adventure. You might have lost your job. You may have lost money. You may have been told you got cancer. You might have gone through a divorce. You know, we look at it as it's horrific experience, but I've experienced, I know you have as well, multiple experiences. Someone telling me, you know, I've buried, you know, 3 fathers and a mother. You know, I've been in a place where they said, hey, you got a tumor in your brain. You may not survive. I've been in those moments that were scary as hell, but they were calls to be able to grow. And then you go on the journey, and as you go on the journey, it's amazing. When you commit to grow, when you commit to figure it out, you get yourself on that path. What's going to happen is you're going to meet mentors. You're going to meet people along the way that'll show up that can help you. And you're going to have to face your dragons. You're going to have to see what is it that is stopping you. So I look at it this way. The first step, if you want to make your relationship better or your business better or your emotion, anything that you value, your finances better, the first step to being on the path, am I on the path or not? Like the first one is, do you know what you really want? As simplistic as that is. Most people know what they don't want. And so where focus goes, energy flows. So the first step is like, what do I really want? Why do I want it? Because the why is even more important than what. It's like New Year's, right? People set their goals or their New Year's resolutions, and by February, they're gone, right? They're already broken them because they just were expressing what they wanted, not why they wanted. They didn't get enough reasons to push themselves through, and it's difficult, and they didn't have a good plan. So the first thing is, what do I want? Why do I want it? Who do I got to become to make that happen?